is happening, guys? My name is Jamie. Today we are reviewing a band called Fires in the Distance and that album Echoes from Deep November. This album really impressed me. It really did, and I was looking forward to this album for a few months now after listening to their single The Lock and the Key, I think, and that was a great fucking song. So, I was pretty excited. I've been looking forward to it, and finally my mate said, hey, this new album's dropped, the one that you showed me, one of their singles, let's listen to it now. So we did listen to it, and we fucking loved it. This album is one of the best albums in September. It really is. The production on this album is pretty good. Now, Fires in the Distance, I believe, are a new band. Because on Apple Music, it has only one fucking album, so I don't know if they've created a few other albums, but this album is quite good. It's a good album. How would you describe the genre? I'm not too sure. Is it melodic death metal? It's a mix of Insomnium and Bellacore, if I could compare these two. So it's sort of melodic death doom metal, you could say. It's much more Medumia's side, but it's very atmospheric. And the reason why it's so atmospheric is because they create this atmosphere. They create this ethereal atmosphere by using synths. Synths, especially through songs like The Climb, Elusive Light, and The Lock and Key, Reflections on the Ice, Chained Onto the Earth, and to end off the album you get a beautiful instrumental. Overall, this album stretches around about 41 minutes. It's a good album, but it's not a great album, but it's still one of the best albums in September. Surely there are some elements of really strong melodic death metal, but it's a lot slower. And it just reminds of bands such as Insomnium. So it's sort of a slower melodic death metal style. So the production is quite neat. I really love how dynamic this album feels. His vocals on this album, the vocalist on this album has a really harsh and aggressive voice, but incorporates cleaner vocals throughout some of these songs. Really love the grittiness of the guitar tone, not to mention how prominent the bass is. But like I said, the atmosphere is all with those synths. And those synths are really prominent throughout The Climb, which has a really infectious melody that gets stuck in your head. I love the drums on this album. The snare sounds absolutely fucking great. This overall is a very solid album by this band. Not too sure if it's their first album, but listening to this album made me happy. It really did, because I just felt that we've had a few lackluster albums in September, and we finally get an album like this. Although it's not a perfect album, I absolutely love it. The drumming on The Climb, the awesome drum fills in Elusive Light. Elusive Light is definitely one of the most catchiest fucking songs on this album, especially the ongoing guitar riffs and the vocals accompanied with those guitar riffs, and the overall melody is so damn fucking good. And you get Lock and the Key, which is really atmospheric song, ethereal in tone, and I just love it. Your Reflections in the Ice is a pretty good song as well, along with Chained to the Earth, which overall bleeds onto Sundial, which is a great instrumental to finish off the album. Yeah, it's a very good album by this band. I would highly recommend you this album if you like melodic death doom metal. I could say this is melodic death doom metal. I'm going to add the doom because there are some really doomy elements on this album. Some slow moments, then some really fast moments. The drumming, the tone of the snare sounds absolutely fantastic. I love the dynamic approach by this band, approaching songs on different angles. The lyrics are pretty deep as well. Really talking about a lot of emotions and everything like that, and it's quite depressing at times, but yeah, this album's very good. It really is. Listening to this album a few times, I really started to enjoy the flow of the album. It's around 40 minutes, but damn, it doesn't feel like 40 minutes. My nitpick is maybe put a few more songs on this album, but yeah, It's a really tight, cohesive, flowing album by this band. And if this is their first album, whoa, we got some great things coming from Fires in the Distance, that's for sure. Yeah, some of these melodies, like Elusive Light, are so damn good. They really are. Overall, Fires in the Distance, Echoes from Deep November, has such a really awesome melodic moments, and the vocals are intense as anything, and I love the vocal performance on this album.
I possess the master key in my total decree.
This album shies away from the traditional melodic death metal. It shies away from the traditional melodic death metal and brings you into that slow, darker melodic death metal, if you get what I mean, such as bands like Bellacore and even Somnium. You could say this is this is a proggy sort of album as well, but damn, it packs a fucking punch, this album. It really does. And this is why it's one of my favorites of September. Echoes from Deep November, I will give this a solid 8 out of 10. A very enjoyable album, a must listen if you like melodic death doom. If you don't like it, well, it's definitely not your cup of tea. So we get to 8 out of 10, and we got a few other albums coming. We got Deftones, Ohms, which I'll be reviewing as well. And then we got the Ocean Collective as well, brand new album. So we got and then we got Amaranth. Amaranth's new album, Manifest. Oh, I can't wait for that album. That's gonna be a great album to review. Holy shit! Who's excited for Manifest? I am. And then the following week, oh my god, we got a Now Nathrak in Darkment. I'm so fucking excited. You know what? That's probably gonna be my #1 album of the year by default. No fucking doubt. Absolutely love that band, Now Nathrak. Yeah, it's probably going to be your #1, so what's the point of, yeah. Anyway, I'm just daydreaming here. Keep discussing in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.